Hello everyone. Next, as you can see, we have taken the collar of a sweater and now we have put the thread through. We are putting one pearl into it as such. Now we will continue to make the stitchings on the side of it. We are making these diagonal lines on either side of it as such. Continue to do so. Now, as you are doing so, this is what it should begin to look like. As you continue this, then once you're done, you may tie a knot to it. Before this, however, pull it tight together so that it stays in this place. Now once you're done tying the knot, cut off the excess of it as such. Next, take the sock, cut off the elastic portion of it, insert it into a sleeve of a sweatshirt. Now slowly begin to stitch the two and two together. Now once you are stitching the sleeves, pull the needle through the thread as such and then wrap the thread around the needle in order to form a loop. For the second time over, put it through the initial loop, then wrap the thread around and then pull it through. Continue to go from one side to the other so that the elastic of the sock remains in its place. As you do so, then slowly take the needle and then go backwards. Once you go backwards, then undo all of the stitching, press it tight together, and then once you're done with this, then you will not be able to see any of the stitches. This will be the final look of this portion as such. Make it as neat as possible and then this will be the final outlook. Now next, as you can see, there is a tear in the jeans. Taking out all of the needles that have been placed, we'll start off by threading the needle and then slowly begin to horizontally stitch through it as such. Now go from the bottom to the top in order to cover up the holes that are present. Now, once you are off to the top, this is what it should look like. Then afterwards, you may once again take the needle and then slowly begin to go backwards into it. As you're going backwards, then make this design shape out of it. Make it twisted and then afterwards pull it through. Continue to do so. As you continue to do so, go from the top to the bottom entirely. Make sure that you're precise with this and do not miss any gaps in the middle as such. Continue to do so. Now as you're doing so, this is what it should begin to look like. As you can see, we are about halfway through. Continue to do so and do so until you have no more sections of the thread left. Now, once you're almost done with this is what it should finally look like. Then you may also tie a knot to make it remain fastened in its place. Once you have tied the knot, then the tear is all fixed and in a decorative way as well. This will be the final look. Next, as you can see, we have threaded our needle and now we have made these folds and are joining two portions together. Make this loop stitch at the top of it as such. Put the thread through the needle and then pull it through ever so slightly. Continue to do this. Now wrap the thread around the needle and then once again make this border stitch to it as such. As you continue to do so, make sure you go from one end to the other. Now this is what it should begin to look like. Now as you go from one side to the other, make sure that you're not putting it too tight either. Next, we'll start off by cutting out this pant leg and then afterwards take the initial portion of it and then fold it over. After you fold it over, you may begin to stitch it. Use the ruler in order to make the marking as well. Now take the thread the needle and then afterwards slowly begin to stitch it according to this. Now make this vertical stitch to it. Then, as you are making this running stitch, make sure that as far as possible that there are no gaps that are present. Now, as you continue to move from one side to the other, this is what it should look like. As far as possible, it should look like the old stitch that was present before it was torn. Finally, this will be the final look of it. Thank you for watching.